everybody. Today we're going to take a look at something really fun and cool you can do using arpeggios and scales and sometimes the inspiration of a melodic idea. This is a book that I've had for, more than 20 years. This was actually a textbook in a jazz improvisation class, I guess. I don't know what else to call it, when I was in high school. And it's a really neat book because it has some melodic ideas that you can use in your own compositions and playing. We're going to look at one simple melody from one of the lessons in this book. And then I'm going to show you how to apply that idea. At the end of this video, I'm going to play my composition that I wrote using some ideas from this book. That way you can see that it's really useful and you can do something fun and musical with it. So if you look at the graphic below, you can see that I have included the melody from this book, and it's going to sound like this. If you look above the musical notes, you'll see some chord symbols. And those are the chords that you can play against in this with a melody or a similar melody like this. And you'll notice that they're going to be an A minor 7 flat 5, a D7, and then a G minor. And that's going to be a very, very common chord progression. That's going to, in music theory land, we call it 2-5-1. And it's just a pattern that's really, really common. So it's useful to understand how to play over those chords. It's useful to have some cool little melodies that you can do it. So today I'm going to walk you through the process that I went through using that example that I just played for you, those exact chords, and I think it turned out really cool. So let me demonstrate. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use that same wraparound arpeggio idea that I've been talking about in some of my other videos. And so we're going to start with the A half diminished chord, or A minor 7 flat 5. And so we're going to look at it like this. So we're going to go 3, 1, 5, and that outlines the A minor 7 flat 5 tonality, and we get the feel for it. And then the next one is going to be that D7 chord. We just get that major triad. And then finally, we get that G minor. So now that we've walked through what those sound like, we can take those notes and we can mix them up, put some cool rhythms with it, and we can come up with a really cool sounding thing. I came up with sort of a Latin rock kind of feel. It kind of reminds me of Santana a little bit, but this is what I came up with. I hope you enjoy it. So that's a cool little melodic idea that I came up with just from playing the arpeggios of that 2-5-1 progression and throwing in a cool little spicy rhythm. And so it's a lot of fun once you start seeing how those chords work together and knowing how to move your fingers around those arpeggios. You can come up with some really cool melodies. So the next thing I'm going to do for you is I'm going to go all the way back to that simple melody from the book that we talked about at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to show you how I took that same idea to create a second melody in this piece. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you before I play this piece is I'm going to show you what I did with the chords themselves. That way you can see something kind of fun you can do with just playing the actual chords. And again, this is going to be that same 2-5-1 directly from that musical example. We're going to play the A minor 7 flat 5. We're going to play a D7 chord, but I'm going to put a spicy sharp 9 on it because it just sounds cool. And then we're going to go directly to that G minor chord. And so that's going to sound like this. So now I'm going to put it all together for you. I'm going to play an improvisational composition of mine based on that melody from that book, and I hope you really enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.